Do you think there's like a humane way to kill an animal?
Oh, you put me in a bad spot right here.
My name is Natalie, and I'm here with Ripple, and we're going to be talking about veganism. So, do you know why people are vegan and things like that?
So, as I think, people become vegan because they realize that people who are meat eaters are doing an injustice to other life forms, and we are dependent on them sacrificing their lives to feed us. And we feel like we need to come to a solution where everyone can be fed without causing any harm to life. And I feel like some people become vegan because maybe they don't like meat, and also maybe because they just feel like they are not doing enough justice to like the other life forms on the planet, and they become woke, which is good.
Yeah, totally. You definitely kind of hit the nail on the head with the part about animals and just like treating life forms well. And yeah, kind of the way I think about veganism is like a social justice movement for animals. A lot of people think of it as a diet, which it's more, it's not really a diet at all. It's more like a social justice movement for animals. So, do you like animals?
I do like animals. I have 2 fish tanks, a saltwater and a freshwater fish tank. Also have a pet frog. I used to have a dog, so I love animals, So, yeah.
Cool. So, if you love animals, do you think it makes sense to pay for them to be chopped up?
That is a question which I do not know how to answer appropriately, to be honest, and which is
Exactly.
which is a good point, because most people are doing some things because the crowd is doing it. You grow up, your parents are eating beef and meat, and you're like, this is how we survive.
And there's also, the meat industry always putting out ads that are like, oh, you have to eat meat to be a man or to be healthy and things like that. Do you think meat is manly?
Honestly, I do not believe in that, but I can totally see how people might think that.
Yeah. Because it's kind of part of the culture, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, you go for deer hunting or duck hunting.
Right.
And, this is like a manly thing. You wake up in the morning and get your rifle and then shoot the duck.
Yeah.
So I know where you're coming from for sure.
Do you, how do you think the animals are treated in the meat and dairy industry? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like really bad, like where would you put them?
The animals who are specifically raised for feeding people,
Yeah.
9 and 10.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't care.
Would you say they're tortured?
I would believe so. I would think they are tortured for sure. And they are, they don't have a good life. They're only born to like feed people, you're right?
And they're only born to feed people, and a lot of times they're just kept in cages their whole life. So basically their entire existence is for the purpose of like 10 to 15 minutes of human pleasure. Do you think that you would ever consider going vegan? You said that a lot of your family is.
So I come from a Hindu Brahmin family in India, and they're all vegan. And our only purpose, I know why they don't eat animals, is because every life form has a soul, and Hinduism believes in soul, and the soul can feel like the pain.
Yeah.
So basically, we are giving more pain to the soul, which is born in a life form that cannot survive by itself. And we humans have the most capabilities to survive on this planet, and we are treating the other forms of life in such a way that they are at mercy of us.
Do you think that we should do that, or do you think maybe the fact that we're kind of more intelligent gives us like a responsibility to care for them?
Where we are in this world right now with tech, we can probably have like fake meats which taste the same, which have the same protein value.
Yeah.
So people are, like Elon Musk just bought Twitter. Twitter is a big thing in itself,
Yeah.
We are going to another planet. Why have not we developed this form of meat where we don't actually we don't actually harm or other souls which are in the life forms.
So there is like Impossible Meat and Beyond Meat that do have similar taste
about
and
that.
protein.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're working on lab-grown meat. It should be out within a few years, hopefully. No one really knows. But yeah, I think that that's going to be a game changer for
I have
sure.
a question for you if you don't mind.
Of course, yeah.
So there's people who are vegan who still like the taste of meat, and they go for products which taste like meat. So being a vegan, is it more about just a moral thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of times people are like, why do vegans eat fake meat if they hate meat so much? But the reason we don't hate meat, we hate the cruelty that it causes to animals.
So the vegans know the protein value in the meat. They just don't like the source it comes from.
Exactly. We just don't want animals to be tortured. So, do you think there's like a humane way to kill an animal?
Oh, you put me in a bad spot right here. A human way to kill an animal, I don't know, like there's halal meat where you like kill the animal and the blood bleeds out. If you want to kill an animal, do it in one go.
So,
No halal meat.
So yeah, the difference between halal and like not halal is basically if you're talking about like a cow. For halal, they're not going to get stunned before their throats are slit.
Okay.
Their throats are just going to be slit. It is very, very painful.
Okay.
So I would actually say halal is worse from the animal's perspective.
Yeah, so I mean, I would never eat halal meat. That's just my personal thing. And because of that same thing, and I feel like vegans go a little step further where they're like, why even torture animals at all?
What do you think about that?
I kind of feel weird. Imagine there's an alien invasion and they all eat humans.
That would be terrifying.
You have your family taken away and have their hands cut off and their necks cut off, and there's like, human wings, human legs. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I'd feel pretty bad. How about you?
I feel horrified.
And that's what we do to these animals, right? So you don't think there's a humane way to kill an animal?
There's no human way to kill anyone.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah. So what do you think has more value, human taste pleasure or animals' lives?
Animals' lives.
Okay.
It took me a second because I was thinking of medium rare steak, but
They have vegan steak now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I haven't tried it yet. You can order it online. It's called Juicy Marble. It like just came out.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you eat these products, do you think it's kind of going against the idea that animals' lives have more value?
For sure. No doubt.
So what would stop you personally from just like becoming vegan?
So like I personally believe in like I believe in like living a healthy life. I'm in graduate school right now, and I used to like be I used to be a weightlifter, and I would really care about my protein.
Yeah.
So if there is a source if it can provide me the same taste at meat and provide me all the nutrients like proteins and vitamins, and whatnot, with the same product which is not coming from killing animal lives, I would be like okay with that.
Yeah. So there's tons of plant-based sources of protein. There's tofu, tempeh, beans, all sorts of stuff. If I give you a card with like all the info about veganism, and there's like a 22-day vegan challenge that you can check out, and they basically have nutritionists. They walk you through everything. It's all totally free, and they tell you like where to eat around you and everything like that. Is that something you'd be interested in?
I would like to explore if I can get the same things without harming any other life.
You absolutely can, yeah, because if you think about it, like where do animals get protein, right? They eat plants, so we could just eat the plants directly.
For sure.
Yeah. So do you know anything about like kind of the human harm in animal agriculture? Because I think that's another thing that people might not think about.
I mean, could you elaborate what kind of human harm?
So first of all, do you believe in climate change?
I'm a geologist, so I'm all about it.
All about it, yeah. So how big of a problem do you think animal agriculture is in relation to climate change?
Well, climate change is affecting the entire population of animals and humans altogether.
Yeah.
But compared to the cruelty against animals, climate change is a bigger issue for sure.
Yeah. I guess I mean like, does animal agriculture cause climate change?
I would believe the practices which go on killing the chickens and the beef probably lead to causing climate change because it releases more carbon dioxide if you use certain type of like machinery and stuff. I just don't know what broad impact that has.
Yeah. So you're right that definitely a lot of the machinery uses a lot of oil. And basically this Oxford study came out in 2018 that showed kind of the impact of different types of farming on the environment. And it found that essentially if you wanted to help the planet, the best thing you could do as an individual is to go vegan. So the guy who did the study wasn't vegan when he started. He is vegan now because you think about like how many land animals we kill every year. Do you know how many we kill every year?
If I have to take a guess, probably millions.
Yeah, so it's actually billions, like around 80 billion. So think about it. They all need to consume food. They all need to consume water and land. And it's just this massive undertaking. So it's estimated that if everyone went vegan, we would open up like 75% of farmland because so many more plants are used to feed animals than if we just ate the plants directly. And yeah, it's essentially a huge mess.
So I have a question. It's kind of contradictory, but I got to ask,
Yeah.
What would you do with all the animal population?
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's a great question, and obviously something that we would need to think about for sure. So, the way it works essentially is when you buy animal products, farmers breed more animals into existence. All of these animals are bred, they're typically artificially inseminated. And the more people that go vegan, the less animals are going to be bred into existence. So it's not like we're just going to be overrun with cows everywhere. It'll slowly decline as more people switch over.
So you are saying basically we stop bringing new life into the world just to harass them and kill them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we're just breeding them to torture them and then kill them violently,
I mean, honestly, I like this idea because I'm a futuristic. Imagine if humans go to another planet. We don't have animals, but we need animal products which can actually help us survive as a human being with a healthy life.
Yeah, and the other thing, I mean, when they do send astronauts to space or whatever, they're starting out, the plan is to have no animal farming because it's so inefficient.
Yeah.
So they're going to go potatoes or whatever.
I would hate that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to eat potatoes all the time either.
Right.
I guess I will not go to space.
I guess if you have some good ranch and ketchup.
Yeah, vegan ranch. So, okay, you asked about dairy. You said you don't know why vegans don't consume dairy. Is that right?
That's a big question. And I realized that if you are not producing more animals, there's not much dairy. But I just feel like still we can have dairy without killing animals, right?
So that's the problem is that, do you know why cows produce milk in the first place?
Because that's how they're made to have their offspring grow.
Yeah, so basically they're forcibly impregnated by humans, and then they have their babies, and then the babies are taken away because otherwise they would drink the cow's milk. And if they're male, what do you think they do with them because they can't produce milk?
Honestly, there's nothing else you can do other than provide meat.
Yeah, and a lot of times they're different breeds from the beef cows, so they're just killed right away. So
you are saying that we should not have dairy because we need the male components to impregnate the females and produce more life to have the dairy, and the males are useless, so they can either get killed or be used as food.
Yeah, basically I'm saying that dairy still. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, I'll give you another beer. Basically, dairy still kills animals because, number one, the male calves are killed, and number two, what do you think happens to the cow when they stop producing milk?
When a horse cannot run, you kill him.
Yeah, they kill them. So they're still killing animals in the dairy industry.
I'm trying to use some time to digest this, but yeah, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, no, it's see, before I was vegan, I had no idea. I just thought cows had milk all the time. I didn't even think about how they had to be impregnated.
Why did you become vegan?
Why did I? So I started out because of coronavirus, because 75% of pandemics jump from animals to humans, and scientists have said that the next pandemic is probably going to come from chicken farms because factory farms are the worst thing we can do to create pandemics. And I was like, hey, pandemics kind of suck. I mean, did you like the pandemic?
Who did?
Yeah, exactly. No one. So we need to not have more pandemics. So that's what got me into it. Then I watched a documentary of how the animals are treated. It was horrific. And ever since then, I've been a vegan activist. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad I ran into you today.
Yeah, thank you so much for chatting.
You definitely made me think about some things I never thought about.
Cheers, man.
So cheers to that.
All right. Do you have any more questions, or do you want to cut it here?
I have got all the information I could right now for sure, and thank you for inviting me to this interview. And I'll let you go find some more people.
Sweet.
And I wish you best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you so much. All right. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button, and if you missed yesterday's video, click to the left.